Inama, where health innovation meets cultivation. I wanted to talk about the topic of what some may consider weaknesses. Okay. Um, like you have a job interview and they're like, well, what are your strengths and weaknesses? Or just the world in general reminds you of what they think your weaknesses are. Or, it just depends on how that's defined for you. I know for me, I define my strengths, and then there are areas in which I can improve upon. But I may not consider it so much as a weakness, okay? Because a weakness implies that there is some type of fault or that there is a hindrance to maybe even being the best at whatever it is or better at whatever the topic is. And I don't necessarily agree with that. I did want to talk about, though, when I mentioned the word hindrances a second ago, there are certain things that could hinder one moving along, particularly in one's career or in some type of level of business acumen that could make things easier or could make things more accommodating than maybe other topics. And for me, that's the topic of language. I have been taking a foreign language since grade school. I've had experience in different countries with the use of that language, not as much as I would like, and it hasn't been consistent and thorough enough for me. I've taken classes sponsored by former employers, and I also download apps myself and do a lot of self-teaching. I've hired a tutor, and I realized that unless I'm really immersed in the environment, it's a bit of a challenge for me to pick up this language still. And not in a bad way, and I don't see it as a weakness so much until there are job opportunities that ask for this language and that assume I am conversational in this language or that I've used it for professional and business purposes, which is not necessarily the case. And so this is something that I just wanted to pretty much talk to myself about, is what this empowerment and motivation means for me to improve, because this language is available here in the country that I'm currently living in. And I'm really excited about any opportunities that I have to practice it. And also, there's a recent contract that could be underway that may require me to utilize it as well. And I feel very blessed about that. So this is for me to challenge myself, not in the sense of thinking of it as a weakness, but really thinking of it as an opportunity. And I wanted to inspire others that having another language under one's belt can be so paramount in so many ways. And I know I love living here in Africa, where I swear everybody speaks like 3 languages, and you have your local language and you have your other, you might have multiple local languages. You might have your country language, you may have more Western languages or from other societies. And so it depends on who may have been affiliated with your country, at some point. And I think it's a beautiful thing. So I just wanted to talk about languages for a second, and hopefully I'll get better and we'll come back to this podcast at some point and maybe be able to do it in another language. That is a goal of mine. I hope you're well. Continue evolving in your light and make it a great day. Thank you.